spoiler alert for anybody that's not watched The Wire. When you saw that it was a little kid, I mean, I'm assuming that, I mean, because that's life.
I'm gonna quote a little program, Doctor of Science and Education. Science and Education. That's right, Doc. Yeah, that's got to hold us down. We need more black doctors of science education. You know what I mean? That's a doctorate right there.
That's actually amazing. That's actually amazing.
But yeah, no, you know what I mean? You sit there and watch it, and to quote the great amazing Oscar-winning film Kickball, Cotton, I felt shocked. Fun fact, Kennard was based on Cuz.
I was gonna say that may be his shirt.
Yeah, that's the shirt Cuz got on right now.
And Lewis was good. I changed it. I got it on
underneath.
Yep. See, I figured that. The same size shirt.
I wasn't surprised
when he popped when he.
Nah, because I knew it. I'm like, yo. I said it just don't look right with him in that scene.
Yeah, because he was petting a dead cat.
You know what's funny?
He was out. He was gone at that point. His mind was gone.
I think I'd heard of The Wire, but didn't. Again, I never watched it when it was occurring. But there was a summer where I watched a TV special on CBS that was TV's most shocking moments, and that was on there.
This?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I would go on to read Bill Simmons, and he had a whole NFL preview that had wire quotes attached to each team or something like that. Which is how I know look the part, act the part, motherfucker. When it comes to why are you looking like Pat Riley?
It don't fit. None of that shit fit. It just didn't.
Little man being in the scene and all that.
Box.
Well, reality really don't fit because it was they had a hit out on
the whole season.
It's a hit out on Omar. Just when you even look at it in reality, it's niggas outside killing people,
right?
For it's you understand what I'm saying?
It's
he ain't get paid for that.
No. Well, that's why I say he was too far at that point in his life. He was already gone. He was gone before that. He was punk. What's the kid with the ponytail? The kid that had the hair that looked like what I imagine Fam had before he had it braided.
Neymar,
little man, son,
Weebay son.
He would punk Weebay son all the time.
Yeah, because Weebay son wasn't built. He wasn't meant for that.
He wasn't meant. This kid was already in that.
He was gone because if you remember the very first episode, what's good, Leon? The very first episode, when at the beginning there was a body. A's was good.
Yeah.
At the beginning, at the very first episode, there was a body.
It's not Boogie.
The kid that was outside was who? The nigga holding the gun in that black T-shirt that you just showed you picture of. He was outside.
Was he?
And Bunk asked him, or Bunk was talking like, yo, it's kids out here.
And it's this nigga.
And he was outside. Go back and watch it. And then you
again.
I mean, that's why they say go
yes,
back.
Okay. I will go back and rewatch The Wire. I got you.
Go back and watch that shit.
I love that show.
Hold on, let me go get my Felicia. Carmelo ain't a flippy nigga.
That's the whole
one. Not.
Drip. Dare I say you probably haven't seen great television.
Carmelo.
And I don't know what you've watched, but dare I say you have not seen great television if you haven't seen The Sopranos, or because the blueprint for what of the shit you calling great, you ain't even experienced it yet.
Hold on, Cal. Let me get this nigga. Carmelo's not a flippy nigga. That's one.
He can be.
Two. No, that's not what I said.
That's not
what I said.
He bounces off. Yeah, he doesn't.
So when I specifically said, okay, I'm excited for Omega Osprey, I don't want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, but no, neither did anyone else.
So when I think of Omega Ospreay, I also put Ricochet in that category of the guys. They're not like, he's not a copy of something. He's Ricochet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So when we talking flippy wrestling, I don't want to see Ricochet Jr.
Right.
Or I don't want to see Little Ospreay.
Right.
Or I don't want to see Omega, or I don't want to see Alpha.
Kenny Alpha, yeah. You don't want to see
Alpha.
Kenny Alpha.
That's the difference of flippy wrestling and, you understand what I'm saying, and wrestling.
So, cuz, don't you usually say most of these niggas got sons though, or most of these niggas are sons?
They are, but I don't. The thing is, I don't know where it changed, because I don't know where it changed from lucha, because lucha libre doesn't necessarily mean, or luchador, from my understanding, wasn't just flying all around.
It isn't.
But
proper lucha isn't. No.
But a luchador ain't a luchador without the flippy part of it, I feel like.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know
But
where
it's commonplace there is the thing.
So I don't know where it went, who's responsible for it going from lucha libre to
flippy niggas?
escapades.
Oh. Well, who?
I don't know who's responsible for that.
I guess the question is
GCW and the internet.
I guess it's the real question is, who would you consider the fathers of the style now? Is there a Mount? I don't want to say Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta ask Drip.
I don't want to say a Mount Rushmore, but are there like 3 or 4 pillars who you would consider to be the foundation?
Goes like Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles.
Hold on, Drip, and I don't mean to cut you off, but because I'm asking you a question. Where does Shawn Michaels come into that?
This is our age-old debate about the Shawn Michaels that used the teardrop suplex was more of a heavyweight versus Shawn Michaels.
No, he was still a heavyweight. He was always heavyweight.
Yeah, but once he kind of like became post-ladder matches when he becomes, I'm the guy who's gonna do all the at that time high-flying stuff. A lot of like he's running the rope super fast. He's doing the dives outside.
Well, that's because he started watching ECW.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And you were right to say what you said about Carmelo, because it's true. Like I was watching some of the early stuff of him in NXT, and you watch him as Christian Casanova, but like he does springboards off the top rope. He's not doing shooting star presses.
That's not his style.
He's just a different. He's the old school type of like high flyer, like Brian Pillman doing the top rope clothesline. He's exactly. Yes, like
X-Pac.
So where you're the only person that's gonna know this, Drip.
Nah.
That's here. No, that's gonna know who is responsible for it, because it's not. I mean, it might be AJ Styles.
It's definitely AJ Styles, because that's who influenced Will Ospreay, and then and like I said, and then Rey Mysterio by being a smaller guy. All the guys, the Garganos. Rey Mysterio?
Oh no, I thought you meant AJ Styles.
No. AJ Styles by.
You're saying being a smaller guy who's flying around.
Yeah. But when you hear like Jeff, like there are all the stories that guys like Jeff Hardy and so on, like that came after Rey Mysterio looked up to him, because the guys that knew they weren't going to look like Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior looked up to someone like Rey Mysterio, who had to do all the crazy high flying stuff. Again, the Shawn Michaels, like
I'm going to say, like
the 7-footers.
You wouldn't say that, like would it be fair to say that piece of Big Mike? Would it be fair to say that Shawn Michaels was the grandfather? Because I think there's an era between Shawn Michaels, especially the Shawn Michaels that
probably
I think
in a context of like mainstream America. Like
no, I'm speaking about styles. I mean, I don't think the people that we say are influenced by Shawn Michaels are looking at that later era. They're looking at the
Shawn
Heartbreak
Michaels.
Kid and all that stuff. So that's early '90s, and then there's an era, and then there's an
across the ocean is Jushin Liger in Japan.
Are they citing him like that though?
But
in a way, yeah.
This is why
he's doing shooting star presses and running power bombs. He's doing heavyweight stuff as a small guy to other small guys.
This is why
I
wouldn't say Shawn Michaels is the grandfather, because it's like Shawn Michaels took a lot of what let's say Muda was doing the backflips and shit.
Yeah.
No, right.
Liger was doing the backflips. Flying Brian was doing like the springboard drop kicks and shit.
But are they? I don't hear them talk. Like I see them
Sam
have
said,
Mudo out there.
Like he's another one. Like he's kind of forgotten one as well.
And X-Pac.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hear them referencing this. Is that I'm trying to understand? Are we, Matt? Are you talking about the real lineage or what the flippy niggas would be? Because I think those. I think they might be referencing a couple different things. I don't think they're talking Jushin Liger
That's
like
not
that.
what we saying.
Nah,
not-
Sean. I think Sean fandom is an ingredient for the majority of flippy niggas.
Them super kicks. That's. I mean, where was
Well,
it?
again, I'm gonna do the moonsault to the outside. I'm gonna diving elbow drop. As far as that person is, I'm still gonna try and make it
The
from there.
posing. I mean, the Young Bucks are the Rockers,
Yeah,
and
Hip-Hop.
with our break
And,
kid mixed
like-
in.
This is all. That's why I said when.
But with no Shawn Michaels.
But with no Shawn Michaels, they're both
with no Shawn Michaels. They're both Shawn and Michael.
So, you know what I mean? My man came in, you know what I'm saying? And we get to talking about steaks and preparing them and pairing with the steaks and lovely ass. What libation are you ingesting? And first he set it off with, some J-Mo, which put me on my tail my first night in Dominican.
I'm sorry.
It put me on my tail.
That Jameson's no joke. If
Yeah,
you let it.
definitely put me on.
I thought you were talking about D-Lo. Like, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Like D-Lo put you on your tail. Wait a minute.
All I mean is just somebody. Even that, it just means somebody sat you down. But that Jameson put me on my tail the first night in Dominica because it ain't the ball I'm used to handling. You know what I'm saying? That was the heavy joint. You know what I'm saying? The medicine ball.
Facts.
That's the turn they throw out. You go like, oh,
right. First night, got me. You got me. You know what I'm saying? Rest of the time I was fine. But yeah, man say Jameson, and don't make fun of me, but like me some still reserved. I said, and then I look at Lovely like, you told me not to say nigga. He said nigga, just not in the same exact words.
That's a fact. The marathon, it ain't about the lead. You gotta pace yourself. It ain't about the speed. Cow.
What's going on?
Niggas bet against us. You tell them niggas double up. Deal a card, shuffle up. Too bad your niggas runners up. Cow.
If he talking to me, that's fucked up.
Niggas drunk the Kool-Aid.
That's true.
It's too late. Most of them Rasslin niggas gonna want a cup. You see now the runners up. And we about to run it up. Cow.
Stupid.
Cow.
What's popping?
They think this shit a game.
Fact.
Prepare for Call of Duty. The ops saying my name. I'm hearing calls to duty at Math Damon.
Jesus. I didn't know what he pouring in, but I respect it.
Damon. Damon.
Thank you.
Hey, can I get a Braun versus Braun match?
LeBron James.
Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman.
Breaker
That has to happen at some point. I don't know when, but it has to happen.
Braun versus Braun.
Braun Breaker's right around.
Well, you would, fam, weren't you speculate by the time he gets called up, he'll be Rex Steiner by then?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he got to go ahead down there for Melo take that belt up off of him.
I don't think Braun
within the
gonna be
room.
there that long.
Braun Strowman?
That's that's the you think he'll be gone again?
Yeah.
Why bring him back just to have him be gone again?
Because you know it's that all right, let's bring him back and all right, this didn't work because you might think that something's gonna work. It doesn't work. I don't think Braun Strowman works in
today's WWE.
Because you see that you got Gargano in here. Granted, Gargano is probably gonna be mid-card.
As far away from as possible, yeah.
You got Ciampa. That's gonna open up something. Then you have you got a whole list of cats. Mello will end up coming up, and then you got what's my man with the sweater vest on and shit. Them niggas will come up, and they don't really fit that monster among men. He doesn't fit in there anymore.
Right.
If what I'm saying makes sense.
No, you're right.
He doesn't. It doesn't fit.
This is what we talked about with Omos last year, and this is why them on the same show is, or the same company defeats the purpose. But that's why I think Fan pointed out, like, he came back, wrecked the tag team, so it's like Braun Strowman's back to do the same shit.
What if they gave him a title?
Who?
Braun Strowman.
And then what happens when?
Oh, he holds it until they ready to give it to Braun Breaker.
So what happens?
The equivalent of him holding the title is like what AEW's low key doing with Wardlow right now, which is you got a guy who's not gonna be able to have matches.
What else is going?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
And again, I like Wardlow, but like making him champ that soon was a mistake. They were riding high on that momentum of the Powerbomb Symphony and all that. It was a Tony Khan thing of like, well, the crowd likes this guy. Let's give him something.
Right.
And that something was a meaningless feud with Jay Lethal that played out way too fucking long. Like,
but
so no, go
Braun Strowman, it would be the same thing if they were like Braun Strowman takes the belt off Bobby.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you, and I want to be honest. I want you to be honest with me. Over the last couple, since when was SummerSlam? Early August?
Early July.
Late July. So since like the build to SummerSlam to now, Bobby Lashley has been more over with the fans than ever. He's out there like he's
bought some gold chains. Yeah, two of them.
He's shining right now. Gunther,
he said, "I just got hey guys."
Gunther's out there putting on brawls with a bunch of with Imperium and the Brutes or whatever. What I'm saying is, I think you could slot a Braun Strowman with either of those titles.
No, those guys can work. Is the thing, like,
yeah.
You don't think
Braun Strowman has his moments, but let's not like.
No, he doesn't.
And that's what made the Roman Reigns thing when he came back so accurate. It was like, I make you like you're a monster because
I think that
make you a monster. Like that's why Braun Strowman stood out that whole summer of 2017.
Because he was lifting up tractor trailers.
He had a whole ambulance.
Every week, you guys were fans said like my favorite show was Raw, which is what's Braun lifting this week? Like,
no, but that was
the ring, the ambulance, the arena. Like,
remember, that's why Vince took Braun out because they built him to a certain point. But when it was time to put him against legit people, they said, nah, he doesn't make sense going up against Brock Lesnar. And that's why Brock Lesnar.
You know why though? The reason was because they changed his style. When he first came in and he was having those matches and he was a 6-foot nigga doing drop kicks and jumping off the top rope with the Big Show and breaking the ring, that stuff was good.
Now, when they wanted to change the hammerlock and I'm going to kip up spot, and it was like, what the fuck is going on?
And the problem became they didn't want a big guy to work like that.
Right.
And when he started working a more traditional big guy style, they didn't care. No one cared.
It was the kiss of death for the Big Show back then. Like Arn Anderson said, like he wants to jump off the top rope and do drop
let
kicks.
that nigga do him.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, fam, is I think if there's any time for Braun Strowman to do him, it's right now under the Triple H. Like Triple H is trying a lot. He got Dexter Lumis coming.
I said this last week. He wasn't really in NXT. He wasn't really in NXT to be a Triple H guy, just like Omos. Like it was a guy that
brought him back.
But like he's someone that already has name recognition.
I don't think Triple
H is still in the thing of like I gotta make some moves to be like, is this gonna work? Let's call this 6 months later. Like
I don't know if I think Triple H is trying to be more strategic. I think he's grabbing specific people for specific things, and if he brings the Braun Strowman, I think he's doing it for a reason.
Keep going up because No Good Nick had a question at first, and then let's get to what Stan was saying.
To put Braun with the Alpha Academy,
with them niggas. I don't think it matches. I don't think Otis matches. I think
he does now.
I was gonna say I think the conflict would be Braun and Otis.
They forced it.
They forced it.
This whole thing is that Otis was an amateur wrestler, but they just treat him as, again, he's a stumpy guy with a look.
He's a big white boy that Bianca Belair picked up.
She had him on her back,
and then everybody else tried to do it. Don't try to do it now. Bianca did it already.
Roll up. No, go up.
To whose comment?
To Stan.
He needed time off to refresh. He'll be fine in this stand. There aren't many monsters on the roster right now. So I mean, I don't know what it means. Again, I don't know what exactly that pans out to, because you see Omos, he chilling right now.
So what happened?
They starting to bring Omos back outside too.
That was this week though. What I'm saying. Like,
I told y'all, nigga.
I thought Big John. I didn't know Big John Studd was as big as he was, but what's the question that I have for Stan is, if you have a monster among men, what happens when he's no longer the monster? Which we saw when Roman Reigns put the beats on him.
Roman
not the monster no more. Granted, it's Roman Reigns.
It was Roman.
This is where you have to have a backstage that can do this and this and this.
What does that mean?
What I mean is when you have your guy, right?
Normally, that's a Buffy hoodie. My bad, cuz.
Oh yeah.
That's hard.
You have your guy, your big guy that they're gonna put that normally they're gonna use to put over who is really their guy. Immediately afterward, you have to have that big guy that lost to your actual star do something. And if he has no direction, he just is a great big jobber. He's just a great big jobber. And you have to know how to book. This nigga trying to drive the chat. Just say what name, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off from talking. You had a good point.
But yeah,
you had a hell of a point. Actually.
You just have to have a direction for him to go. And that's it, is that you have to trust the folks that you have working backstage to be like, well, if your focus is on that main event, the guy that you have lose and has to move on, he has to be in something good, or you just lost somebody great.
But does he have to win?
No.
That next beef, he probably should.
So when we're talking Braun Strowman, when he's the monster among men, we're just talking about what Stan was saying. Shout out to Stan, that's my nigga. Once he runs all through the roster and y'all bring back Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes beats him, what happens to still make him monster-esque after that loss to somebody that's not a monster?
That next night he has to be tight about it backstage. Someone has to laugh, someone of quality, usually somewhere around your Intercontinental belt, and have one of them niggas laugh at your guy, and you have that big nigga run through whoever that is, and then there's a program there.
So what happens with the guy that he runs through? Because he's already destroyed the roster once.
Well, it depends on who it is. Like remember, Braun was also the one that ran through Bobby Lashley through the Raw sign. I think that there's ways to show
that was dope.
That I'm saying there's ways to show that someone's dope and that someone is powerful. This week on look at what they're doing with Powerhouse Hobbs. He got into a beef with Ricky Starks. He beat Ricky in like 4 seconds, and then he sorry to the little white boy that got destroyed on AEW Dynamite this week. He slammed that man with the spine buster so hard he cut his own lip.
Yeah.
Hobbs
right now, Hobbs looks like a monster.
Hobbs isn't a good. He's not a good example.
What's a better?
Because he's not necessarily a big man.
There ain't one.
Are you sure?
He's a big man in AEW.
AEW really didn't have a bunch of big men other than what the Gangsta Ali, what's his name?
Nigga, we're the big men. We're the big men.
But now you got what's it's Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus.
You got
Wardlow.
Yeah.
Miro.
And that's what makes sense.
Nah, not even Miro's not a.
Miro's not a big guy in AEW.
How big is Miro?
No, but he's not like the big guy in the sense of the guys we're talking about.
He is like a monster figure.
But I do want to say that's how they build him. When the last couple runs he's had, when he goes to the ring, he's running through people just like Hobbs is, just like Braun Strowman was on them
6
jobs.
foot.
He's just been getting injured is the problem. And so they're not able to
304.
Who's 6 foot?
Miro.
You lying?
Nah.
304 is a big nigga.
We're talking talk is gonna AEW is the land of guys like me, like 5'7", 5'11".
And
you.
Hobbs ain't big.
Hobbs is not the biggest guy, but
their giants are Wardlow, Luchasaurus, Satnam Singh, William Morrissey, who just came back.
Big.
I cannot take any conversation seriously. You're talking about Morrissey.
Who?
That's your biggest guy in the group.
Yeah, look at it. Again, even Ethan Page is a small guy by.
I feel like what's the nigga Daniel oh gosh, what's the
Garcia.
nigga what was the 6.0 whatever the nigga had the TV show on Comedy Central.
Daniel Tosh.
I'm gonna put Daniel Tosh. I'm gonna put this picture up for 60 seconds. Let's see how many jokes we can get off. Who is this nigga with that jeans and white beaters? That nigga got the Michael Jordan in-flight pants with a green.
It's like they call them diet tests and diets. This
Who
is
was that nigga with that black and white shirt like he in a white RB group?
Wait, Drew, we had a whole episode called Diet Test years ago.
Who was that nigga in the middle? Like they put Randy Orton in the dryer. Who was them niggas?
Damn. No, but William Morrissey looks like Shawn Michaels from SummerSlam 02 if he got the Super Soldier serum.
He looked like he got he like got Shawn Michael clothes on right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
or is that just
Hold on, I'm not mad. The one person I'm not mad that's in the ring is Morrissey.
Yes, W. Morrissey.
Yeah, I'm not mad that he's there.
Why?
Because he looks big.
Because yes,
but see the problem
like
is
wild nondescript like. He like one of the niggas, the Adobos on Double Dragon, just like a nigga you beat up, like you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to the Bobos.
But the problem is, see, Matt. The thing is, I know you, and I know when it's time to see this man wrestle, you're going to be the first one. Like, fuck that nigga.
I'm not watching that.
The best about Matt is I actually like that. Then when it happens, like, nah, this ain't it.
This ain't it.
This ain't it.
No. He said he likes him in the picture. He didn't say he liked him. He said I like him in this context.
It don't even look right in that context
because
it looks
bad.
Do something.
It looks terrible. It looks so bad that now the third
ragtag, yo. Hey, y'all ever seen a nigga? All right, so I'm from like the county, right? So we outside of
Severn.
Oh shit,
yeah,
the Adobos. The Adobos.
The Adobos is Puerto Rican.
Pioneer City.
You're right. No.
Yo, they used to beat this shit.
Yo, remember nigga you might pick the chain up and get to working on one of them.
Morrissey is definitely like the bouncer. I mean,
but that looked like them niggas went to me high school, right? Them niggas went to school on an army base. That's why they all different.
And they together. That's why
they
together.
One nigga was out Heidelberg, one nigga was out Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like they was, and they all just like
they look like Color Bad.
They was all in the same JROTC class together. And then Stokely was the one nigga that was really, really hard about the JROTC. He was always armed up, right?
Right.
And, that's iron for niggas ain't from where we at.
I was like, wait, what'd you say?
Always armed up, right? And you know what I'm saying? That's why he in charge. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas that's mad at Stokely for being over because he could talk, probably should just shut up because he can talk and you can't.
I said earlier, it's like the black technician.
That's funny.
Is kind of the equivalent to the black quarterback, right?
Right.
It's like when I watch AEW, it's like they need to have some kind of character for them to be positioned in anything. And Lee Moriarty, to me, seems like the black quarterback that you want to sit in the pocket and pat. That's not who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it's got to be who's telling him to be that way.
I'm saying pardon me, Lee Moriarty is the black quarterback that will sit in the pocket and pass, and you want him to run all over the place and throw the option and all this fly shit, and that's not who he is.
Right. No.
Brian,
He's telling them to get
Brian
the green.
Leftwich.
Facts.
What I'm
You
saying
want him,
is,
you want him to
David
get the
Garrard.
green hair and all that. There has to be somebody back there saying, "Listen, we know you
What
can
is-
go,
coach.
but we
Josh
need you to."
Freeman.
Let's
We need you
now
to do something.
let's
Coach.
be honest though, because you
Nah, he's not Dak. Dak can sit in the pocket and he can run.
but
Yeah.
you are taking away the fact that a great deal of these pro wrestlers, be they black or white, are kind of void of personality in real life. So
Yeah.
That was Gresham's problem, apparently.
right.
It was Wheeler Yuta prior to Blackpool Combat Club. What's this appeal? This guy who's a technical wrestler. Like,
Facts.
that's it.
Right. You
Right.
just have to
He's
look
the regular
around it.
guy in the Best Friends. He's the regular guy.
Or, fam, I think you're right. Or you do what you do at Wheeler Yuta and you put them in that spotlight for whatever 7-10 minutes, make them feel like make them look like a superstar. And then, because at some point, Wheeler Yuta went from whatever trunks he had on to the white Johns with the blood on them. Like, it's not hard. They know how to do it.
And then Daniel Garcia again. Daniel
Daniel Garcia.
He's Red
doing it
Death,
right
okay. And then Jericho Appreciation Society. But it's like by him forcing himself to be a sports entertainer, it was like dumb in storyline, but he had
to do
have
it.
something to work with it. Again, like these stupid outfits, and him wanting to go back to being a wrestler. Like,
Well, so even look, so Stan said wrestling is two parts. It is, right?
Facts.
But
the
Those
argument for a
two
certain
parts
list that
don't-
really matters.
but those parts, those two
Yeah.
parts don't have to come from the same place. And what I mean is some of these niggas aren't going to have personalities. So I said this in our chat this week, is that if it doesn't, then the storyline that you have them in has to pull people in. Sometimes you'll watch a show on TV and it'll just be this character. That's just an amazing character. It doesn't matter what he's doing in the story. He's just a great character. But sometimes the things that happen to this character are so amazing that you care because of what happened, not because of who the person is. That being the case, you as whatever booker has to be able to point the people who are watching to like, yo, look at this. You like this. You care about this. Like, you want to root for him because he's a good guy or a bad guy, but also you care because there's a story there. Because when you meet that nigga, you know what I'm saying, after the show, and you're like, oh, what's up, man? And he was like, hey, how you doing? But you cared outside, and that's all that really matters.
So, like, the obvious case in this, like, someone who's both is Carmelo Hayes. Like, he is Lamar Jackson. He can run it. He can throw it. He's that
It's nothing
guy.
like Celie from The Color Purple.
No, you gotta relax. You
But-
gotta
But,
relax.
but
don't
someone who
look
probably has, like, the skill set of one without the personality,
He sure is
especially now without his tag team partner is Wesley.
Keep going,
right? Like,
keep going, drip.
Like, who is Wesley post MSK being broken up? He has the skills. Like, he had a personality in that tag team, but like
He's a
since
guy
then-
that can wrestle.
Exact. So he's just he's
but then
Tyrod
the
Taylor.
booking- but then the booking never came through. So then
Right.
is it three pieces then? Does the booking
It's
have to
also the
match
booking
it up?
didn't come through. Yeah,
That's not funny, Big Mike.
but once the
It's got to
not
be all
funny.
of it. I think you have to have it. None of this means anything if the booker doesn't push.
no, but to Matt's point, like once you're on your own, what's your character? Get the booking.
What's your character?
If booking knows you're not a character because Wesley was so tied to Zachary
With
Wentz
being a
or
tag team.
Nash Carter, then we have to remake him. But they didn't remake him. He was still Wesley on
No,
his
he's
own.
just Wesley.
But
But he
wait,
started at first. I'm going to be honest.
As Benjamin Xavier,
He
yeah,
started
was.
jumping off the screen at first. They were doing a little bit, and then things kind of started switching up, and he got lost in the shuffle again. But it was like at first, like right afterwards, they was like, "All right, we got to do something with this guy because we know."
Because they had
everybody-
also addressed what was going. Like, yeah,
right, and
they
people
couldn't
started
keep
looking.
him in the dark a lot longer with everything going on. It's
Then
we
it was
gotta
like,
keep
never
this-
mind.
God damn, Roy.
Hey yo, Royo bugging out, man. Shout out to Royale. Listen.
I love y'all.
The motherfucking super.
Yeah.
But
Matt,
you see what I'm
ask
saying?
for it. Ask super chats in the building.
But these my niggas, so they already know that on the back end, this $20. You know what I mean? The $20 coming back in.
Oh, they going crazy in the super chat. They're going crazy in the super chat. Hold tight.
He just said, "Give me the super chat."
I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry because that sponsorship we was about to
we
get.
Getting money.
That sponsorship we was about to get wasn't gonna give us that.
I can't believe I made it. If you drink this exclusive vodka on the show every week, we'll give you 2 bottles. I was like, well, what I'm gonna do with the rest of the 52 cents?
Per Plus tried to send as a sponsorship for drip and shit, but we don't use that.
They sent it to the wrong house. I said, what I'm gonna do with the Per Plus?
What they gonna do with that? What we gonna do with Per Plus?
What I'm gonna do with this?
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Shout out to the chat.
Nah, for real.
Likes. All we want is likes.
Yeah, for real. Just run up them likes and we'll just hit you with that. All right. I do before because I don't know if you got any more AEW conversation.
Oh wow.
What happened?
Damn, that's a PhD $20.
A certified doctor. A certified doctor.
I appreciate it, man.
We got to get a Canadian destroyer for the doctor. Piece of the doctor.
FYI, the work there was done by Dr. Keith Lee.
I was about to say, Keith
man,
Lee.
Shout out to Justin, man. Shout out to Justin. Bonafide nice guy.
What is going on tonight?
People going nuts tonight. This is
what is going on tonight?
I don't know. Listen. All right, man.
What is piece of the super chats?
Whole time, man. Shout out to the super
chat going fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Nobody is supposed to be here.
All I can do is podcast.
He wasn't supposed to be here for sure.
Supposed to be here.
They wasn't supposed to give niggas no super chat.
Yeah, especially Drip. Drip has been walking around with a sawed-off shotgun his whole entire life. He used to be banging in Little Rock, and then we saved him. You know what I mean? He met us, and he was like, "Man, I really should change my life." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You know what, you old niggas really get." And I said, "Hold on, you can't say nigga like that." He was like, "Hey, nigga, chill out." And then I said, "Oh, all right, you got it, champ. You got the sawed off." And then he calmed down. You know what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all right, man. The goddamn now in the super chat, I am flabbergasted. I don't know what to say.
God damn.
God dang, Blue Chew. Ken Lou.
It's funny.
Blue Chew Lou. Blue Chew Lou. You already nigga Joe Dixon.
Oh my gosh, it's going crazy this week. Hold on. Y'all bugging out, man.
Yo, put these names down, yo.
Salutes to y'all.
Yo, things just went really crazy for a second. I'm sorry. I appreciate.
This is not. I'm kind of flabbergasted right now for real. Like,
niggas had a conversation about this shit though.
Literally. Like again, we
conversation that son, it's not a marathon.
Yeah. No, it is a marathon.
What the?
Oh man,
Blue
it is a marathon. Pardon me.
It is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, you know what, and I think it's dope. Because these are folks that, you know what I mean, been down for a minute, man. We appreciate it. We definitely, you know what I mean, we also working hard, man, but we, you know what I mean, we need this bread. Like, you know what I mean? We get up here.
If it's not loyal, like again, day one's like Riley Steve or Royal, it's people who once they found out the pod, started watching weekly, watch the old episodes again.
How y'all think we keep drip tips frosted like that? We need the super chat. So I don't know if y'all know this, but it's not like he is not done traditionally because Davis is a thug from Little Rock. It's actually a blood to come over the house and pick him up like Suge Knight and dip the top of his head in the bleach and then pull him back up. You know what I'm saying? And he dip him down. He get in the character. He said, "Give me the chain, give me the chain," and then he pick him back up. You know what I'm saying?
We just wanted to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You be stacking?
Shug.
He do
You
finger
already- come
origami,
on, man.
cuz.
Drip, don't be stacking. Hold up.
Fam saw that picture of me earlier in my jorts.
Yo,
What is that?
the
You
nigga
had-
definitely,
you had
yo, he
Jorts
definitely had a bottle of in a bag of Reggie and each think I appreciate you, Chill.
This drip right here.
Hey yo.
That's Tom
Yo.
Brady. That's Tom Brady. I swear that's Tom Brady. When Giselle ain't home.
Shoot, I'm going back to the league. I don't care what she say.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy them actually just hanging out together.
This my guy.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, this is
This my
very.
guy
This
right
is
here.
all probably through like the realm of WWE, like having a hand in
Yes.
these appearances.
You don't buy.
The
You don't buy
red,
them.
the red herring, right? The red
Red
herring.
herring.
Oh man, shout out to Dempsey.
Piece
You
of
know what I
Dempsey.
mean?
As I think right now, Triple H is really just.
You start up a gang sign drip. I told y'all, nigga, he banging in Little Rock.
I had to take that image out because I didn't want to really keep going back to it. But he was doing a 6-point start.
Case last year, she cashed in, and then like let's see how it plays out. They took the title right off her a month later, and then like what did she do since? That's what I mean about the let's let it play out. It's
Shout out, brother Dre, man.
it's
Dre, you know
What?
what
No,
it
say
is.
it, Drip. Say it.
No disrespect, Drip. It's your
No, no,
show,
no.
nigga.
I'm
Go.
listening.
I'm saying it's there are obvious like
YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Again, every Thursday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here live talking all types of wrestling and other shit.
I'm from Baltimore, nigga.
We don't talk. We do what we do.
Dummy.
I'll beat your ass right now. I swear to God, I'll beat your ass.